them accountable the next week when you see them. I'm coming back. I want you to read this while I'm gone. And it's just amazing. And then the mentors are saying how neat it is to be able to really help a child and get into their life. So it's a great program. We encourage people to get involved in.
So if you want to be a mentor,
yes.
All the info up on the website, right?
Website, yes, spreadthewordnevada.org.
Spreadthewordnevada.org. Spread the word on this website, spreadthewordnevada.org. That was kind of corny.
Yeah.
All of it. Spreadthewordnevada.org. Now, anyway, back to the program.
Huh?
So we talked about the breakfast with books, and we talked about the books and buddies.
Right. And then the kids program just gets the books into the home.
Now let me ask. I stole a bunch of information from the About Us page on the website, spreadthewordnevada.org. Nice little plug, huh? What is this? What are the cleaning parties?
Oh, that's what makes us unique. At the beginning, I told you we're very grassroots, and so we do this very economically. When we had this idea, we thought, how can we, 20,000 books a month. We gave out our millionth book last summer. I mean, you can't purchase a million books. It's just our program would be way too expensive for anybody to afford. So when we very first started it, we do gently used books. Families can donate. They can clean off their bookshelves. Anybody can get involved. It doesn't take writing a big check. Clean off your bookshelf. Books your kids have outgrown that they don't want anymore, or maybe they still don't want to let go, but if they know they're going to another child, that makes it a lot easier. And so we have drop-off sites throughout all the valley. Mainly the big ones are Barnes & Nobles. Every Barnes & Noble store has a bin for us, and you can drop off your books there, and they will get into the hands of an at-risk child. So when we say cleaning parties, we collect those books throughout the valley. Whoever does book drives, corporations will do book drives, schools will do book drives, and we pick them up, and then we take them to senior centers. We have 5 senior centers a week that meet and clean. They wipe off books. They clean the insides, make sure that they're not too trash to give to the children. We want these books to look almost brand new. That's why we say gently used, because we want these kids to be proud of the books that they're given. And so they go through them. Tons of seniors. We've got mentally challenged classrooms of children in Foothills High School at Helen J. Stewart. They clean books for us. So it really is a community project. If a corporation's looking for a neat team building activity, we'll go in and bring our books, and the employees can gather for 2 hours and clean books and talk about books and their childhood things and know they're doing something great for the community. So that's another way to get involved if you're looking for something like that.
Everybody has that kind of. I remember when I was younger. Well, I guess it would have been elementary school. The books that I loved to read were the R.L. Stine Goosebumps books.
Those are very popular.
I used to love the Goosebumps book, and then they came out with the ones. Like literally, I had all of them, and they were all numbered, right? You would always anticipate when the next one was going to come out. Then they started coming out with the ones where you can choose your own ending
adventure. Choose your adventure, yeah.
Yeah, those were always cool. And then before that, R.L. Stine had the I forget what the ones before that. My sister used to love to read.
I don't know.
I forgot, but I used to love those Goosebumps books. Have you ever heard of Goosebumps? Oh,
the kids really like those. Like I said, those are big with us. Judy B. Jones are big with us. Those kind of things. Captain Underpants. The big one right now is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. If you haven't read that one, you need to read that one, or read it with with a child or your cousin or whatever.
I've got tons of nieces and nephews.
Oh, nieces and nephews. Perfect. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Amazing book. I've got a reluctant reader in my household. I have 4 children, and one of my boys is really struggling. He loves that book, and he will try his hardest to read that book, and it's a great one.
Diary of a Wimpy Reader.
Wimpy Kid. Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh, I thought you said reader.
No.
I'm like, wow, that's pretty rough. That's why I was like, are you serious? Yeah. Okay, so Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yep.
And you know what else? This is kind of bringing me back. I'll just talk story all day, but When I was in elementary school, there would be the Scholastic Book Fair days.
Yep, we still have those, believe that or not.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and they're a big supporter of us. We go to Scholastic, and we get books for about $1 a piece when we do have money to buy books. And
really?
Yeah.
Because they give you like a catalog, right?
Right.
Is that how it works? And then you pick it out, and then when they come to your school, they bring the books?
Yes. Well, you can do it that way. In the schools, they do it that way, and then they also have book fairs where they actually bring the books into the library for 2 weeks, and you can go buy your books.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, once again, it's 98.5 KLUC, Las Vegas' #1 hit music station. I'm John Moog, and this morning we're talking to Lisa from spreadthewordnevada.org. From spreadthewordnevada.org. Anyway, we're talking about, let's reiterate real quick exactly what Spread the Word Nevada is.
It's a local program that started 8 years ago, and we are putting books into the hands of at-risk children, making home libraries in the homes of children who can't afford books of their own.
And they collect donations.
We definitely collect donations.
Of course, cash donations.
That would be wonderful.
You can donate books.
You can donate books.
If you're from a large corporation or you know somebody who would love to be involved with the community, big companies, it'd be great to receive big donations of books. All that information is on the website, spreadthewordnevada.org. Where else can they donate? Can they call you?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yes, and our number's up there. It's 564-7809 is the office number, and you'll hear me because we're kind of unique. We don't have a big office. We work out of our homes. We have an office in my home, right in my garage, and that's where we make all the magic happen. We rent storage units across the valley. We have 2 vans. You'll see us out there delivering the books to the children, and it's slowly grown, and it's just exceeded our expectations. There's so many more schools that need us. We have a waiting list. We have targeted 23 more schools we'd love to adopt that fit that 80% free or reduced lunch status that we're looking at, that don't have services like ours. And so we're at 18 next month, and we want to hit 23 more. We take on 2 a year because we make sure that once we take on a school, we never have to drop them. We've never missed a delivery. We've always been there for our kids. And so we've done slow growth, but it's been an amazing ride.
How fascinating to think that this has kind of run out of your garage, and you've delivered over 1 million books.
Yes.
That's just pretty crazy to me. Now, I know you'd mentioned, well, let me circle back. So you're doing 18 schools. You want to do 23 eventually, 23 more.
On top of that.
So it's going to take a few years to get there.
Yes.
I had a really good question in my head, but I forgot it. If I remember it, I'll just come back to it. So before you mentioned that you had some statistics. When you guys got started, there's some statistics on kids who can't read, or
well, basically just low-income kids and having books in the homes. We found out through some amazing surveys that were done back in 1998 that reading scores correlate significantly with the number of books in the home, and that out of 100,000 U.S. school children, they found that access to the reading material, and it's not the poverty that keeps them from not reading, it's just the access to the reading material. 61% of low-income families have no books in their homes for their children. And then the other 39% that do, they average 4 books per child. I'm a mom of 4. I have bookshelves of books in my home. Before I started this, I had bookshelves of books in my home. My children were blessed to get that. And that's why I really believe in this program, because there's children out there, by no fault of their own, are not born into a family of mine or a family like mine that reads, and family like yours that reads. And so why can't I help them? Especially when you look at that we do gently used. You can donate those books your children outgrow, and you can help another child.
Do you think a lot of parents, maybe it just doesn't cross their mind, maybe they think, well, the kids are going to do all their learning at school. The school will take care of everything.
I think the families we serve are so busy trying to put food on the table. We have a very high Hispanic population, very high English as second language learner population, that their parents probably are not readers and don't speak English or don't speak anything but Spanish, maybe even in the home. So we're finding that we're getting English into those homes. Those children are here. They need to learn English for their future. And so that we never thought that's where this was going to grow to. But in our valley, it's a very real statistic, and it's the children that we're serving.
Do you think you've seen the numbers increase over the last few years or so?
Of children to be served?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's increased or not. I never realized how big it was to start with. We never thought our little program would grow this big. We thought we would give out some books, and it would be great, and we would do our best. We never, Lori and I, who got it going, never thought. We thought, if we serve 5 or 6 schools, 6 schools will be great. Here we are 8 years later at our 17th school, about to take on our 18th school. So much community support. We have so many corporate members that are just really Nevada Energy, Lexus of Las Vegas.